Hey, family, how you guys doing? Look, I know I said 10 o'clock, but I had to move it to 12. I had to move I had to move it to 12. I had a leak in the roof and I had to get it fixed. Well, not fixed, get it checked. So we're gonna continue. We're continuing with the same video as last week or so. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't even gonna make this stuff up. I ain't even gonna um say which day. Oh my gosh. I ain't even gonna say which day I was supposed to go live, but y'all know I keep changing to the change. But bear with me. Bear with me. We human. Be human. And I don't expect a lot of people to be on so you guys can watch this later. I know you guys enjoying this Monday. You're enjoying this Monday. Just wanted to make a special announcement for those who got my email. Yes, I know 2 emails went out. And the only reason why 2 emails went out is because I said something on the video. If you guys watched the video, I said something on the video. So I was just correcting my error. We human. Be human. So I was making a video. I was all excited at the shop. And I was like, let me make this video. So I hope you watched the video and you caught my mistake. I'm not going to say it here because that was only to my email people. I'm not how I can say it. Not my email people. That was only for the people who purchased something on the website. Pretty much. That's why I said when you get the emails, it may be slow, like they slow, like that snail mail, but really the post office is snail mail, but the emails is better, quicker. But some people think that's ancient, but that's only for email customers to get those items for that price. For that price. But anyway, we still back to, I want to make sure I said it right because I just want to make sure I say it right. So I want to go and look at exactly what here we go. It says if the truth makes you uncomfortable, don't blame the truth. Blame the lie that made you comfortable. And I said, I loved it. Let me make sure. I love KRS-One. I love KRS-One. He really make you think. I've been posting some things on him and man, he just blows my mind each time he speaks. He blows my mind. I would really love to sit down and talk with this brother. I would love to either be, in a class and let him be the teacher because he just, he reaches to your soul and wake you up. He wakes you up to you be like, dang, brother. You be like, come on. Your notes will be this big. Y'all see this book? Your notes will be probably triple this. And this is, let me see, let me read the page. Page 400. That show 451. So I open the book. 461 pages. Your notes should be more than that. And that print. Dealing with KRS-One, his knowledge. Oh my gosh. I just sit back and be in awe, like, just opening your mind up because y'all know we swallow so many lies. Pause. We swallow so many laws. So many lies because we got comfortable. Like, we comfortable with our leadership. Woo! That's a video I ain't even gonna tackle because that's not my lane. I'm the colon queen. So we're gonna go things with health. We're gonna go things with health because I went off speaking some things that's not my lane, but that's why I said go to Dane Calloway, go to Big Judah, go to I think it's Top Cat. Who else I'm listening to? 19 Keys, EYL, Blackout. Oh my gosh, Blackout. And my mind be like, what? Blackout have me laughing the whole show. Those brothers, man, I'll be like, okay. So I'm gonna keep it somewhat in the herbs, in the medical, not medical, because you already know that the herbs are the original medication. So the original remedies. I'm not even going to say medication because that's like the number one right here because I wrote the notes. It says medicines help. I said, is that an uncomfortable? Is that is that a truth or is that a lie? I was like writing my little notes. And I said, do medications help? Some like that penicillin. I'm just saying, penicillin. That's like ding, 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 ding. Don't play, family. Don't play. If you have issues that you need some penicillin, don't play because some science, I believe, because let me tell you, if I have, or if I'm in an emergency situation, I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to go be seen. I said, listen to what I'm saying. I will go be seen just so they can tell me, or if I had to, like if I was in an accident and had a limb cut off, y'all know, because I'm gonna be honest. The other day, this is embarrassing because it's TMI, and I wasn't even talking about this, but TMI is like I'm sitting here taking stuff out the dishwasher, and I'm rushing, trying to hurry up and get things done. So I'm rushing, and I hit the glass, and I said, "Dang it!" And y'all know hot glass, and it shattered all in my hand, all in the dishwasher. So I cleaned everything up, and then what you think I did after that? I stepped on a piece of glass, and when I tell y'all, this glass was so tiny, and it was in my foot, and I thought I was gonna be gangster. I'm thinking I'm cutting it out, but it took 2 days, and I'm like, yo. So I had to call for help. I'm just being honest. I had to call for help because I said I ain't going to the hospital. Now y'all know I'm wrong for that. Y'all know. Come on now. That's how I thought. I was like, I ain't going. I said that, and I'm so wrong, and I can admit that. I can admit that. I don't know about y'all, but since 2019 and 2020, I'm sideways about a whole lot of things right now. I don't know about y'all. Y'all put in the chat. I'm so uncomfortable with some of the things now. That's why when I read this, and I found it on Facebook. I found this on Facebook, and that's why I be getting some of my material from. Other than on my podcast, I answer supporters' questions. And what I want to say is, why y'all ask me about relationship help, just especially one when the person got dumped by a text message that they actually sent, and I got to follow up on that one. They actually sent a text message and got dumped, and I'm like, what? But anyway, y'all be asking some questions, and I be like, man, I can't talk about that. I could talk a little bit like after 11 o'clock, but y'all know these recorded, and I don't know who listening, but I'm gonna slowly answer. But look, check your spam. Always check your spam. I'm gonna say that each and every video. Each and every video. Check your spam. Check your spam. But regardless, family, regardless, it's a lot of times that we blame the truth, and I'd be like, but it's a lie. If y'all, I'm saying something nice because sometimes you want to go to the emergency room, but why do you gotta wait so damn long? It's like, I don't care. They should have a fast track at night. I don't know if y'all, do y'all feel me? I think they should have a fast track at night. They should have, and come on now. They should have a clinic open in the evening. And I know you're like, Viola got these other things. We're talking about the things that where you need the MRI, you need the sonogram, you need a CT scan. They should have a clinic for the non-emergencies. Like when I had the glass in my foot, look, it was a little piece of glass. It wasn't big, it bled just a little bit, but I don't walked on it for 2 days and finally called for help because I was like, dang. I was like, dang, my foot hurt. But anyway, I got the glass out, found it. Doesn't matter. I got the glass out. But I remember specifically, they said, look, if I didn't get it out, we're going to the emergency room. And I'm like, in the back of my head, I was like, I still ain't going. I promise you. That's just me. I don't know about y'all. I don't know. And y'all could put it in the chat how you feel. But I was like, the trust, y'all feel me, right? The trust, like the transparency, the stuff. I that's just me, fam. I don't know about you. That's how I feel. But the trust is like gone for that situation since I'm reading all these books. This is the book that I was tripping off of. Y'all can read it. Y'all can go purchase the book yourself. Purchase the book yourself. Because I was like the first couple of pages, and I'm sitting here looking. I'm like, okay, so when they was talking about get your bitters, when it was talking about get your bitters, because right here it says the evolution of modern medicine. And I'm like, the herbs are the original medicine. So they're talking about the modern medicine. And then all through here, and it says 5,000, it says 8 million years ago, one chimp to another, I have a tummy ache. I was like, okay, so the monkey's talking. And the other chimp response was, eat these bitter herbs. And y'all can, I don't know, let me see if it, oh, let's see. Let's see if it focus. Let's see if it focus, family. But y'all see it? And then we get to BC right here when it says the Savior is born, faith can heal, eat those bitter herbs. And I laughed. And I know I talked about it before, but that's why I had to revert back to KRS1. I had to revert back to KRS1 because he, I'm gonna say it again. If the truth make you uncomfortable, don't blame the truth. Blame the lie that made you comfortable. We got comfortable with so many things, especially in school. You know how they made you feel? They made you feel this little when you got an F. And you're like, okay, so, and I'm talking about history. Y'all don't, you may not, I should have talked about this later on the evening. And I'm only 12 minutes in, but let's talk about it, family. Remember in history, when you got an F and you like, it's a lie anyway. But what they did, and I know I'm supposed to be talking, and I'm supposed to be talking only things about, the herbs and our bodies, but isn't your brain, didn't they say, didn't they say about the brain, I forgot the slogan, it just ain't coming. I should have wrote it. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. That's what it. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but you made us comfortable with Columbus Day. You made us comfortable with Easter. You made us comfortable with Christmas. You made us comfortable with all these holidays. You made it, you made it comfortable. Yeah. So I don't know how y'all feel, but they made us comfortable, right? And they lies. Y'all may not want your kids on this listening to this. You be like, what you mean? Well, you already know you lying to them kids. Because when my daughter was telling me I lied to her, it broke my heart. And I was like, yeah, baby. And then y'all see these clips and it shows the young boy and it shows the key in his brain and we feeding the baby lies. And I said, yeah, we making them. We passing down the BS. We're passing down the stuff and we ain't correcting it. And then when it gets to our age, not my age, but 16, 17, 25. And they were like, wait a minute, Ma, you lied. Even at 6 and 7, you lied. Ain't no Easter bunny. Are y'all telling me to stop? But anyway, and y'all, I had to check myself because I'm getting texts. I'm getting text messages. But anyway, fam, it's more of what's the truth? What these holidays really represent. Taking your energy, making you spend money, when it's supposed to circulate, and things are free like water, air. Yes, water is free, but it comes in your house, goes through your pipes, and you pay. Just like flushing that damn toilet, You pay for them to mind your poop. I know you're like, how's that a lie? I'm just saying, we're supposed to be fertilizing, your gardens with our own poop. But the only reason why we can't do that, you know why we can't do that, fam? You know why we can't use our only own our poop to fertilize? Because you ain't eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. You're eating medication, gasoline, tar. Come on now, plastic, mercury. Come on. Should I? I'm gonna keep going, right? Aluminum foil, toxins, whatever they spraying above us, that tatty tat tat, right? And the ultra processed foods. So I named 10. I, I didn't stop at 3, but I could keep going, family. Them oils, them oils that you're eating. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm. No, you should not be eating no fat back oil. You should not be frying your meat in the same oil that you fried it. But the oils, just the oils. I don't think I fried. Let me see. I don't know when the last time I fried anything. I don't. I bake and then I got the. Oh, you can't see it, but my little toaster oven's over there. I don't know when the last time I fried, but I named 10 things that we comfortable. We comfortable because we thinking it's the truth and it's a lie. Just like back in school when I said history. Um, you hear it's I'm gonna tell you this. You hearing so many things, and I had to say this. I had to say this. I have to say this now. Because Dane Calloway was making me think, and I was like, were they really slaves? And I'm saying this like we're talking about part of Kuta Kinte. I'm talking about that movie. I'm talking about that movie because where the pictures? I mean, I don't know. Fam, y'all, I may be off. Hey, Huntsville, Alabama, how you doing, George? Hey, Cliff, how y'all doing? But I said, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I was like, was it slaves? I asked my mom. I said, was Grandpa a slave? Was Grandma did? I and y'all tell me. If you got somebody in your family that's 100 years old, 100, and I'm gonna say this, 100, because that brings them to, be honest, that brings them to 1925, right? So they knew their parents, but they still knew their great grandparents. And between that's like 200 years. Let's come on now. And I was like, so you telling me that era wasn't an era? I mean, I had to I had to think, and I was like, I did, because y'all know that's what in history. Come on now, and I know that's what we talking about, herbs and healing, but we're talking about our brains. We're talking about our minds is a terrible thing to wear. If it's so terrible, then what's the truth? I don't know. I don't know, but we were so comfortable because I was getting A's and B's. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but when you get, I know somebody. Hey, Mama D, let me see if I can put you. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Let's see where we at. There we go. I did it. I was able to add you as a moderator while I was on here. But think about it, family. Think about this. Come on now. Think about this. I want you to think about when you was in school and you got A's and B's and C's and D's, and all they was doing is getting us to work in a job. Like the and I know I'm going to the left because I got my notes and I ain't even going. It just stuck me when I was sitting here when I talked about school, because I wasn't supposed to be talking about school. It's not even, it ain't even on my list. It ain't even on my list. But We went to school to get good grades, and they told us to go to college. Now college is what? Now college, and don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning or saying anything. We're talking about the same thing, and I'm gonna keep reading it over and over again because y'all see what the subject, what it says. It's saying don't blame the truth, right? We got to blame the lie that made us comfortable. We was so comfortable knowing we came for slaves and we was whipped and beat and shut up and we came from nothing and pull our bootstraps up. They told us all that and over. And then we getting A's and B's and we going home telling mama, sitting down watching Roots. I remember this. I remember this as a little girl. As a little girl. Matter of fact, I wasn't too little because I had the sense to be like, damn, Toby, yo. I was like, wow. I was like, we was in school. I don't know. I'm going to just say it. We was in school saying, I'm glad I wasn't in that era. Well, what era are we in now that we still believe in it? And we was kings and queens and royalty because we own this damn land. And we taught y'all. Y'all know if you ain't this color, we taught y'all what to do. We already knew. We already knew to go in the forest because y'all can't see the forest between the trees. But we already knew what to eat, what not to eat. And now I'm learning it all over again when it should have been second nature because my mama should have learned it. My daddy, my aunts, their parents should have been saying, yeah, y'all need that aloe. Yeah, keep that snake plant in your house. Get the spider plant. Let's grow herbs. Let's make sure that we're taking stuff off instead of going to the supermarket. And I was like, and I know y'all like, girl, you tripping. But I was thinking about it. I was like, we print our own money when we got our garden, and we can eat right off the garden and take care of ourselves so much quicker than me going to the grocery store, spending gas or taking the bus and using y'all currency, which is another lie. Ooh, let me check that off my list. That money's a lie. But just think, y'all telling me that mine is a terrible thing to waste, but I'm in school. You want me to go to college? I'm in college making this big debt. When college should be free, and y'all stop trade school, y'all stop curricular activities because y'all saw how a lot of people wasn't going to college, but y'all had to put the college in. And I'm gonna throw these couple of words out, and then y'all can go off to the left. Y'all can go and research. Y'all can go and think about this. Then you want us to join the fraternities and sororities, but I'm gonna leave it there. Because that ain't my lane. But I didn't join anything because I'm gonna leave it there. My apologies, y'all. I just said that the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Now, I get it. Everybody want to fit in to get in to fit in. I get it, but we talking about history. We talking about you want me to be comfortable because we was comfortable. I was like, man, I'm gonna make sure I get perfect attendance. I don't know about y'all. I'm gonna drink the milk. No one gave me bubble guts. Y'all know when we ate ice cream, you was running to the bathroom and it didn't. I mean, it's like two didn't go together. I was like, what? And then we got these commercials and we got people that's my color, the indigenous people. We talking about the people that has this couple, this mocha chocolate, got the white mustache, telling us to drink milk, the very milk that's messing up our minds. The very milk that's messing up our minds because y'all just wanted to make some money. I'm just saying, because y'all know what dairy's linked to. Y'all go back and watch my old videos because I ain't gonna get there. But I know I can maybe I'll talk about it in the podcast. I did talk about dairy on the podcast. And I did talk to y'all about dairy on the podcast. Dairy, cheese, but we hooked on it. They give it to us for free. That big block in the Bronx. Because I was like, now I see why you gave us that milk. Family. I'm moving around because I'm trying not to be pissed and aggravated and everything else like that. But I was like, Whew, but they said it's the mind is. I'm gonna keep going back to the mind because we were so comfortable with them lies. We comfortable with the lies, but we blame it on the truth to make us uncomfortable. Just like when I was talking about on a podcast, when you got a mother that takes their kids to McDonald's, Burger King's, Wendy's, oh yeah, go ahead, get the baby a burger. And then you be giving the mother some money, yeah, go get them some fries or meat. Matter of fact, make sure to get the toy. But we happy because they got slices of apples. I'm like, can I just buy you the apples? I got 2 apple trees in the backyard. I can give you some. Well, I got 1 apple tree and a lemon tree. I can give you some apples when they start growing. But we mad when the mother don't get a baby meat. And I'm like, yeah, speechless. You talking about why the mother giving the baby just fruits and vegetables, and that baby more healthier and ain't taking no, that card that tells you what you took. Yeah, I know it starts with the IMM. That piece of paper that requires you to go to school. Give me your IMM paperwork. No, not immigration. Get that paperwork. Give me that birth certificate and social security card while you at it. You be like, and then everybody be wanting that birth certificate and social security. That's a whole other comfortable lie. But the truth makes us uncomfortable. Because what the hell is a straw man? Not that straw you stick together. Not that straw. We're not talking about that straw man. We're not talking about that straw man. But back to history. How many years we had history in school? And you're like, they shoving down these presidents. You got to know their birthday. They put the flag down half staff and knowing United States of America is a corporation. You're like, so it's nothing but a business? It's a business? You ain't realized that until you in your 40s and 50s. Those who realize that in their teens, 20s, and 30s, I'm going to congratulate you because I didn't learn that till I came over into this world when I learned the herbs. I was like, because you wake up. You uncalcification your pineal gland. You getting them cobwebs out. Them cobwebs, you getting them out your brain. You starting to see the signs, literally. You starting to see the signs, the H's, the L's, the T's, the extra letters in the name, the logos. Yeah, y'all know certain logos you can't even put in your own business if you ain't a part of the paper. But anyway, let's keep talking about history. I know, girl. You supposed to be talking about herbs? No, we just talking about all the things they lied to you. But we were comfortable. We were so comfortable because all I knew was to go to school. Right, I was gonna get some free lunch. Wait a minute. What was your lunch? Look, if they didn't keep us under the spell, because you drank milk every lunch. You did. They be like, don't forget your milk because of them damn commercials. Them some good ass commercials, aren't they? I said I wasn't gonna cuss, and I said it anyway. Them some good educational commercials, right? Them commercials be talking about drink the milk. You in school talking about drink the milk because you was at home, right? You wouldn't be drinking all that milk. But anyway, them lunches, whoo, family. You had pizza, you had sandwich, you had sliced meat. Come on now. You had ultra processed foods. Now, back then it didn't, like when I was a little girl, they in the 60s, I think they was just starting to do the GMO. They was testing that GMO. They were testing it because I was like, what's GMO? And you looking like there was no internet back in the day. You had to go get the library and get like 10 of these books to know what GMO is. And they hit it. And you be like, genetically modified organisms. You like, what is an organism? Then you think about science. You're like, yeah, we learned something about that. Splitting atoms and splitting cells and learning what a cell was. And then I got into urban. I'm like, I remember that cell, and it had a piece, and they were talking about it had its own brain. And I was like, wow. Your brain start to remember flashes. You be like, oh, that's the same thing when you start listening to Dane Calloway when he says we wasn't slaves. That was the losers making up their own ending. That part. And I ain't even gonna talk about that book that I think not everybody. Diane, I'm gonna be nice. Not everybody having a house because the book is in my house. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, fam. I'm not even gonna say the book, but it ain't this book. But Diane, maybe Purple Sage and put it in the chat because that book it wasn't in my house. But you know, my mama got the book. My mama got the book. I think she read it every day, every night, 3-4 times a day. I think she read the book, but but this is the uncomfortable truth. And it makes us so uncomfortable because you're like, so those are parables? Those are stories? Those are, and then and look, family. It seemed like every so often they put the story in the because they gotta tell you what they're doing. They'll put all this on the TV and they'll tell you, go back to the J, they be like, and you be like, well, wait a minute. There was no J in the in fam. I'm gonna stop right now and move on to another conversation. I don't want to lose y'all. But we're talking about being uncomfortable with the stuff. And then when we talk, you get uncomfortable because you get like, I don't want to hear it. You're lying. I'm like, well, dang, what you so aggravated? Is the demon in you aggravated? Is the part that you just don't want to open your eyes and see all the symbols and all the stuff that's right there in front of us? Because they wanted to get rid of TikTok for a reason. Let's talk about TikTok because there's a video going around that I think everybody needs to see, and it's about y'all insurance. Because didn't I talk about insurance like 3 years ago? Back in 2021, I was telling y'all to check your insurance policies because I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of people going to try to claim their insurance policies and wondering why they voided. I said voided. You don't spend well over $10,000 thinking you getting $1 million. And you be like, women experimental. She didn't do no experimental. And you be like, it was a clinical trial. So hint, y'all go check your insurance policies or go on TikTok, look up insurance policies and what trial they talking about because when your loved ones pass, because they took something that was a trial, now you don't get that money. But I think that everybody, especially the non-vax, I think y'all all should get $1 million policy. So when you get accidentally shot, I said it. Because we driving while brown, and I'm not even a color, indigenous, original. Because I'm telling the receipts, Dane Calloway got the receipts. There's so many of my people that's on YouTube getting receipts like y'all know. Yaki Awaken, y'all already know they taking everything down, and now they spamming his voice, and he giving y'all, he's telling y'all, same thing I'm telling you. I'm telling your body can heal itself in the right condition, but you don't want to get in the right condition. So when cancer into your body, it just comes on out. When y'all like number 2 says, no, number 3. Number 3 says colds and flus are bad. And I said, well, dang, cold and flu ain't bad because that's what they make you believe. You get a cold, you get a flu, and you get the fever, and you run into that emergency room that I don't want to go to. Y'all running in. You be like, oh, my baby. I'll be like, hydrate the baby. And you know the baby can't drink water. And that's number 2. plain water, drinking plain water is good and healthy for us. Hell to the no. I said, these are the truth. These are the things that y'all watching on TV. Make sure y'all drink 64 ounces. And I kept saying that. But I kept saying living water. And y'all be like, what the hell is living water? And then when I say freshly squeezed, you go, oh, you're talking about the Tropicana orange juice. And I'm like, who are you listening to? Because I would never, ever tell you to drink Tropicana oranges. I would never tell you. That's me. That's little old Viola telling y'all I don't drink Tropicana orange juice. And if I do, boy, it'd be that much juice and all this water, family. If I drink some Tropicana orange juice, I'm gonna say it again. It'd be that much juice and a whole lot of water. So what am I doing? I want to make sure that whatever I'm drinking is penetrating the cells. Because a lot of y'all are drinking plain water and then wonder why you still thirsty. Now you wondering why. Let me see. Let me grab this bottle right here. Because believe it or not, y'all see this color? A little bit lighter. That's the color of your urine. Let me see. Is it that color? Maybe that little color. I see it. Y'all don't see it. But a lot of y'all, I didn't even have it on here. I should have had some. Y'all want your urine to be this clear. Y'all want your urine to be clear. And I'm like, because you're drinking all that water. Y'all sitting there believing these lies again. And y'all comfortable with it. But when y'all see the herbalist come on, he be like, she lying. Just like y'all like, y'all keep lying. He ain't doing that. Like the one girl. And the thing is, if he ain't in the video with the people, why y'all not believing? So let him be in the video with the people. Yeah, I'm protecting my people. Let the brother be in the video to say and ring the bell and say what he's doing. Because yes, he's ridding the body with his knowledge and looking through when I was learning about the blood, fam, but when he sits there and look at your blood and then make the concoction and tell you the things that you need to eat to get things out your body, because your body heals itself. He's just telling you which herbs to use. The same herbs that they're using, but they're using a synthetic blend that y'all guys are taking every single day. And then, hold up. Y'all take those prescription medications every single day, and it'd be like 10 to 20 years. And you'd be like, yep, I got to get my prescription next week. Week after week, month after month, year after year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, until the day you unalive. And you be like, well, dang, yeah, she took a prescription well. He took that prescription well. When they already sat there and say it over and over again, that when they autopsy people that took chemotherapy, they autopsy the body. They're in the library. I don't know where they are. They're not in the libraries, but y'all can go on some studies, and that's if they let you go on them studies, and then they'll say, yeah, they didn't die from cancer. They died from the medication that was, yeah, because I was like, do y'all not know that? And it's like, then I'm speaking to people, I'm meditating and talking to my ancestors, but anyway. And I know I should have came on this live because I'd be running my mouth. But I be speaking to people and they say, yep, I'm going to get the test. And I decide to go ahead and have the chemo. And I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, are you sure? I said, when you're ready, come back and see me. Come back and see me, because there was a young lady on either TikTok or YouTube saying how Yaki Awaken cured her from herpes, and then they came back telling her she lied, she positive. And I said, y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. I said, they stupid. Knowing what the brother can do. That's what I said, let him be in the video with the person, and then he can show you what he did and how he did it, and let the information come from himself. Because the same video that I seen, I think the video was over 10 years old. If you go in the video, it has Dr. Sebi Dr. Sebi, and he's in there speaking, and he's showing the medical where the person had HIV positive, and on the very next sheet it said negative. He was going page after page. It was like at least 5 showing how they're positive for sickle cell, positive for herpes, and the next page said that they were negative. And I was like, we gotta stop. There's senators there, and they're our people saying how they helped their mother, and their mother been suffering for 40 years. This guy, I forgot what his name, all I know was a brother. He was saying complexion is me, on there talking to a panel of our leaders, his town and his little community. You know, he was speaking to his senators and the judges, and they was telling him, just like the same guy that's in jail, talking about, I know I'm saying too much with the apricot season, he in jail, but anyway, the gentleman was sitting in front of a panel of his people saying how he no longer have high blood pressure. No, I think it was diabetes. He no longer have diabetes. And I was like, yeah, you got things like this. You got things like the bitters. When they say, are you taking your bitters? I be saying over and over, you taking your bitters? I don't know. I don't know. But let me get back. So me going to school, and I'm learning science, and I'm learning history, and history was like, what? So I'm thinking about all that time I got in trouble, didn't want to do the homework. We're reading these books, and now President Trump is trying to change all that stuff. Y'all see how all of a sudden they still celebrate Christopher Columbus Day, and then you find out that wasn't even his name, family. I was like, and I got in trouble, and I had to remember the year he was born, the year he died. Y'all know what we learned in school. And I'm like, but we so comfortable. I enjoyed the holiday. Parents got paid, even when I started working. We got the day off. We got yeah. I was thinking in the military that I get a 3-day weekend. We sure did. Especially in November, we got 4 days or a 3-day, and then a 4-day or something like that. You put a pass in. I don't know. But I was like, man, we were real comfortable. I was like, yeah, I'm comfortable with that. But it's a lie. And then when you hear the truth, because there was one clip I said, it says a well-dressed lie. Woo! Give you chills. A well-dressed lie. You be like, but it unravels. Just like when I was talking about all of a sudden a whole bunch of movies and a whole bunch of, it seemed like every 3 to 5 years to get you guys going back to that person. Do I got a picture of that person? I ain't got that picture of that person, but let me see if I can pull up the picture of the person. Diane, I'm gonna be nice. Look, let me see if I can pick up the picture of that person. Let me see. I'm gonna be nice, family. I'm gonna be nice. Let me see if I can, because I'm trying. I'm being I'm being nice. Let me see if I can pick up the picture of the person, because they said that that's not the person and it's somebody else. Let's see. Let me see. It won't come up, family. My phone, it won't come up. But let's see the picture. Let's see a picture. Photos. There we go. Should I show it? There we go. I'm gonna show it real fast. There go the picture. All right. And that's not and in each religion, or okay, another subject. But a well-dressed lie, well-dressed. I'm talking about it's put together, it's chronologically, you know what I'm saying? And then you find out that is not the person that they're talking about. And I was like, so give me the truth, and it was like I just deep dive. I just went in, and you learn so much. You're like, wait a minute. So the walking on the water, and I said in the split, I said, right. But anyway, let's go back to the colds and flus, because I had to skip. Carrie, I'm listening to you. Even though you ain't say it. But anyway, I see you. And Diane, I know, Mama D. I know. I'm sorry. Okay, so um the colds and flus are the solution. Like the mucus. Mucus is already in your body, but it's the the excessive mucus. It's the chronic. Like I'm telling you, I got chronic inflammation. I was talking about that on the podcast, and they was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" I said, "Inflammation be eating your cells. They be damaging. Let me use the correct word, damaging your cells." You be like, "Well, how my cells get damaged?" I'm like, "Well, what are you eating? And what are you drinking? And what are you doing?" Because when I had to explain, you know what I actually did? I don't know if it was a podcast or I said I was saying the benefits of the reason why it's valid or vital. That's the word, vital or critical for you to exercise. And I said, really? Did I really say that? I was like, man, if y'all don't know how vital it is, I'm so sorry. I just be like, man, because they did a doozy on us, man. I was like, and I got tired of telling me eat raw. I was like, but you're not eating raw. I was like, an apple, an orange, a cucumber, that's not eating raw, family. It's not. I was like, and that's the well-dressed lie. Isn't it? Am I wrong? But am I wrong? I mean, because we believe I did shoot. I'm talking about from a little girl until 49 years old. I was reading it. No, I ain't read it all the time. Sit there like I was, reading about Jesus and all this other stuff. And I'm like, it's a well-dressed lie that we swallow. And then when we get the truth, it's like, man, stop playing. And I cried. I don't know about y'all. Because I gave so much of my energy, so much currency, but let's be truthful. Let's be truthful. And I'm sorry if the people who are on here, look, if you don't ever want to be on my channel again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but not sorry, because we gotta hear, we gotta know some things. And we want to learn something each and every day. But anyway, I mean, I was going faithfully. Boy, I was giving up the money. I was like, what you need? Writing checks that you had to, who did this? Who did this? Y'all can raise your hand. Who took be honest, who took money off their credit card, took an advance off their credit card and paid somebody? You be like, what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop. But I'm gonna stop. How many? Oh, I'm at 4. I'm almost at the hour mark where I can really talk. But back to drinking plain water. Y'all should never ever look, if a baby at birth to almost a year can't drink water, and they said like at 9 months, give them sips. You be like, what is it gonna do? I'm being, you like, what is it gonna do? Same thing is doing to you right now. Same exact thing doing to you right now. The water does not penetrate the cells. You be like, what do you mean, Viola? No. I'm just saying, family. Y'all keep drinking plain water. It ain't penetrating nothing. People like, why am my legs swelling? Why am I retaining all this water? Okay. Keep on drinking plain water. Keep drinking plain water. Keep urinating clear water, and you wonder why it's clear. You be like, what's she talking about? So I should have brought my page, but I'm gonna pull it up here so you guys know what color your urine should be. Let me see if I can pull it up, because for those who sent me the information, I sent y'all this very thing. But right here, where y'all see that dot, where you see this dot right here, that is the color of your urine right there. You be like, what in the hell? Yes. I'm just telling you, I already sent y'all this stuff, because you got to realize when you're dealing with neutral acidic, and alkaline. It's all on the sheet, family. It's all on the sheet. I ain't pulling no punches. I was telling you guys to check your urine and see if your kidneys are working. You want to make sure your kidneys at least filtrating. You know what I'm saying? At least filtrating. So when you do the lymphatic massage or you get on that massage, because I know y'all done spent $200 on that massager, on that lymphatic drainage massage. Let me go, Brent. Let me go get it, fam. Let me go get it. So, no, I do not own the rights, but this is the lymphatic massager. This is it right here. This one is excellent. Excellent, 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 excellent. That runs you about $209 with tax, whatever. But you can get this now for $150. There's so many being sold. You get it for $150. But I was saying, have your kidneys checked before you get on that machine. You want to have your kidneys filtrated to get on that machine. But learn anyway. Learn if your kidneys are working, because half y'all, woo, isn't it sad that you go to the doctor and they go, you got kidney disease or something like that. Or they say, oh, something's going with your kidneys, or your left one or your right one not working. Then all of a sudden they ain't talking about your liver. And I'm just saying that because I was like, there's something going on with that liver too. But whoo, that part. But anyway, I just want you to I just want you to learn about your body. Each and every time I get on here, I want you to learn more and more about your body, especially your blood. Boy, if y'all know about your blood, and I talked about it before, when I look, because I'm still waiting for my machine, because I'm going to be taking my blood and putting it on there and looking at it myself. I'm like, what? And looking at my slides, because I got the information, because I want to read my own blood. I want to see what's in there, because they can tell you. I'm just trying to tell you. Yeah, I'm looking at my notes and making sure that I go over some things. But back to that water, you should never, ever, ever, ever. You don't even have to drink water. You'd be like, what? No. If you eat your cucumbers and your watery vegetables, your watery fruits, you ain't got to drink another sip of water in your life. People are like, I'm going to die. Yeah. If you keep drinking that plain water without being filtered or clean, you'd be like, whew, you're causing your body injury. You're actually depleting your body of nutrients, vital nutrients. Half of y'all not even eating vitamin. You're not getting your vitamins and minerals. You're not. When we got these master herbalists, they'll tell you how to put something together to make sure you're getting your vitamins and minerals. A lot of like, I ain't eating this sea moss because it's doing this. Yeah. If you got hypo or hyper. A lot of people don't really get that part. Hypo, you can take the sea moss. Hyper, you can't, because it's high. Some people can't. And did I say that wrong? I have my notes. But, one do walnuts, the other do sea moss. I'm just saying, we gotta really think about our body. We really gotta think, oh, am I gaining weight or am I losing weight? Something going on with your thyroid. Please don't let them cut it. I was like, man, it breaks my heart when I hear people, and I'm telling you, I may look you straight in the face and be looking right here and playing and talking to you, but deep inside, I'm like crying, boohoo, like, why the hell you let them cut you or take your stomach out, and now you don't have a stomach and you're trying to lose weight? I was like, please let me talk to you before you do that. I'm gonna calm down, fam. I'm gonna calm down. But I promise you'll be inside, be like, dang, I'd be wanting to beat that doctor's behind, be like, to tell you, take them people thyroids out. Y'all better stop. The major glands, just like your tonsils. Don't let them believe you. That's why you hear people talking about you shouldn't roll your eyes or wear those pinhole glasses. Strengthen your eyes. You need to take your tonsils out. Why aren't we making sure? I know some people can't do honey, but a lot of y'all can. But a lot of y'all need to do that oil pulling. You need to take a little bit of coconut oil and oil pull. But practice first. Practice. Because I don't want you sucking it in and you swallow it. Y'all be like doing things all fast and messing up. And I'm like, come on now. Come on. It's bad enough we believe the history. Bad enough we believe these damn holidays. It's bad enough we believe. We believe some stuff that you go, you go and they talk about the wrong people. Man. But anyway, let me make sure that I touch everything, because let's talk about that word sick. And I know I did a whole video on that, because that was the well-dressed, that's a well-dressed lie, the word sick. Well-dressed. You be like, dang. So there's no such thing as sick. So let's talk about this. Let's make this make sense. If your body know how to heal itself. Listen. So we got people walking around with one kidney. We got people walking around with no kidneys. Come on. Or fake things in their body. Let's talk about people have heart issues. People have diabetes, high blood pressure, COPD, took the tatty tat tat, and they still walking around. Why? People ask me that. Well, why do I still walk around? I said, because your body is steadily healing itself. You be like, oh, okay. But then they don't get it. They don't get it. Your body is beautifully and masterly made. I'm just telling you. Beautiful. It's correcting itself each and every night. Each and every time you lay down and go sleep. For those who you are not sleeping, I keep telling you, send me an email at support@verywisealternatives.com. Let's work this out. Let's work this out. Now, if you got this device, I'm gonna tell you, because you need to be spanked. If you got this device next to your head or in your bed, and you know how I'm saying, if you have this device in your bed or next to your head, but anyway, y'all gotta. Why is this in the bed? Why? Y'all can put in the chat. No, not even. Look, let's talk about the distilled water. Why you need distilled water? Distilled water has nothing in it. Yes, when you make my teas, y'all see my teas, right? When you make my herbal teas, I would love for you to use distilled water. I would love for you to use distilled water. I'm just saying. But back to sleeping, family. This should not be in your bed. Do you know how much stuff is? Okay, so if this is on, family, it's constantly doing what? It's bad enough it's taking pictures. I'm just going to say it's. I'm telling you, me to shut up. It's bad enough it's taking pictures, right? It's bad enough it's taking pictures of you. You know what I'm saying? Because even turned off. That's why you can't take that battery out. Y'all notice these babies, and I got two. You be like, why can't I take the battery out? Why you made this thing where I can't even take the battery out? Tracker. And y'all got nerve to put it in your bra. I be like, y'all better take that out your bra. You better take that out your bra. Y'all better cut that mess out. But anyway, if you got problems sleeping, this should not be inside of your bed or next to your head, like on your nightstand. Come on now. Put it in the other room, like the bathroom. Put it in the closet. I don't care if this is the only phone in your house. Look, and I have to say this. I didn't want to hear it. If somebody passed away, you don't get a good night's sleep and deal with it in the morning. I know I said that and you don't want to hear it, but I know emergencies happen. Let somebody banging on your door. Let somebody else coming in and wake you up. I'm just saying. I need you to get sleep so you can heal. Because you got all that stuff going on with your body, but you don't want to get any sleep so you can heal. And like I said, the body is brilliant. I say this each and every time. Your body already know how to heal itself. That's why your body can get attacked from all those different things, but you can correct it. Now, I'm saying this loosely. You can correct up to a certain point, because a lot of y'all, like I was speaking to a guy on Friday. His belly was so big, and his wife was saying, "What you got in here for some gout?" And I was like, "Come on, ma'am." And I said, "You don't mind me touching?" She said, "Yeah, I mind you touch me." She was short. She put a hand around my waist. I put my hand around her. I said, "Do he really want to get better?" She said, "He's standing right there." And he was talking about, "I got to die or something. I'm enjoying my meat." But anyway, I was like, and I whispered, she said, "That's it?" And I'm like, "Yes. Yeah, he could take some herbs, especially the 21 bitters, the sour sop. But I was just sitting there breaking down. All he needed some freshly squeezed juice. She was like, she looked at me like I was so crazy. So crazy. And she said, I got a big garden, but he don't want nothing in that garden. I was like, dang. I said, so you telling me all that printed money? And she said, yep. She said, if he can get his whole cow, he eat that whole cow and the pig. I was like, dang. And he was just a smiling. I'm trying to tell you. Just trying to tell you. But that word sick and going to the hospital emergency room and y'all getting these tonsils, I can see, how can you hurt yourself with your tonsils in an accident? I don't know. But I can see, like, if you was in a car accident, you get limbs hanging, you got crushed and something like that. That's when we should lose our organs, but not other ways. Because I don't like when they say there's no alternatives. You're like, did you speak to everybody? Did you? Because look, I love that y'all go on TikTok and learn so many things, but I just gotta make another special announcement. Please, fam. If I know I said it before, if y'all gonna be messing with that oil of oregano, stop playing. That ain't nothing to be playing with. Come on. 7 to 14 days. 7 to 14 days max, unless you're dealing with something real heavy and somebody have you a regimen and you do 30 days. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That's different. You do drops, like 1 to 2 drops. You don't be taking a whole dropper full. You do not take it and put on your skin. It's going to burn. So I made that special announcement. So we're going to go back over here. Y'all know, to the word SICK. Because your body already know how to heal itself. I can say this over and over again. You're not even going to hear me. You hear Purple Sage tell you, you'll hear so many other herbs. Y'all be here, Herbist Kareem. He says, hey, just trying to tell you, the body know how to heal itself. Y'all hear that over and over again. Be like, but why am I not healing? You still eating that bread. Y'all know you can't give up on bread. And it all depends on which bread. It all depends on which bread. And I'm talking about the one that's not made from nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds. Y'all going to get that flour. Y'all using the corn. You like, Viola, what's up with corn? If I eat some corn, it's probably mixed up in something. But I ain't gonna purposely go get no corn. You can come to my house right now. If it's corn in the cob, that's my mama's. I am not volunteering to eat corn unless it's some popcorn. Now I eat some popcorn. I be weak because y'all know you're in the movies. You smelling that popcorn. I get a small, and sometimes I half eat it because I be wanting to eat the whole thing. I'm be honest. Like, you don't eat corn. Well, I'm transparent. I'm a human just like you. I'll eat a little bit of popcorn, but it'd be like maybe once a month and something like that. I'd be like, but I am not gonna purposely make some corn and eat it. Corn is not, it's just not good for you. Because you be like, wait a minute. So why you eat corn and it comes out and you be like, how did that get all the way? That part. You can't, your body ain't digesting nothing. Nothing. But that's the well-dressed lie that we comfortable with. We so comfortable. I was like, dang, how can I bring that up? How can I talk about that? How can I be like, ooh. This is part 2, fam. This is part 2. Because it's bad enough that we learn that history and we ain't learned the real history. That's why I tell everybody, I think it was like maybe 10 videos again. Write your own book so your family can know your life, what you did. Because I'm pretty sure in 1890 and 1830s and 17, you know what I'm saying? It was reversed. I think it was reversed. I think it was that. It wasn't that was in them chains and all that other stuff. Because y'all know, like I said, the losers wrote the story. The losers wrote, even like, dang, if the losers did write the story, they're gonna make it, their way. You be like, yeah. That's why Haiti is having such a bad, I'm just saying. That's why Haiti is, they don't, yeah. Y'all know, right? My people know, right? My people know. Y'all know about why Haiti is the way Haiti, because Haiti don't play. They fought. Yeah, that part. They fought and won. And that's why this story's been told over and over again. And that's why Africa's not even Africa. I wish I'd have known the real name of Africa, because yeah, that part. That part, family. They ain't playing. Because like they said, the revolution's not being televised on TikTok. Y'all starting to see. Y'all starting to see. But yeah, I'm here looking at my notes and make sure I ain't leave anything, because it's oh my gosh. And I'm pretty sure y'all can write in the chat room what y'all believed, and you found that it was a lie and you cried your behind off. I mean, you cried boohoo, like what? Especially all these symbols. You be like, I never recognized that. You know what I'm saying? Because what? Like Exxon, that ain't no X. That ain't no X. No. Mm-mm. It's so many hidden symbols, just like Disney World. Oh, let's not even talk about Disney World, because I took my kids 3 times to that place. I spent a buku money. Whoo, I could say Disney World. I could have had at least, let's be honest, because I bought a timeshare. I could at least say $50,000. And you're like, what? Yes. Yes. You be like 50,000. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Purple Sage. But I'm just saying, just think about the well-dressed lies, because we wasn't into, because you think about our culture way back in the 1300s, we could walk around damn near naked. Now, you be like, you go to jail. But you see these people who billionaires and millionaires and trillionaires, who they could do some stuff. I'm just saying, but I'm not gonna go to politics and the people, the stars. But y'all already see what's going on, and y'all can go on Dane Calloway and get the receipts and listen to Ron Hayes, and they're gonna sit there and break stuff down to you. But it's just to see the stuff that you truly believe. I mean, you could have fell on the sword yourself and say, yeah, I'm a commit suicide. Not don't commit suicide, family. Be like, I'll commit suicide. I will, leave here and believe this. And you be like, it's a lie. And you're like, dang, you be thinking all the money you spent, the time. Imagine the 10,000 hours that you studied. And yeah, that part, like all these doctors, like let's be truthful. Let's be truthful here. Or transparent, or whatever comes out, because I know the truth can be a little honesty or whatever. I'm not even gonna go all into that. So now you have doctors on TikTok saying, man, do you know that number sick care, just right out their mouth. They show their degree, they show how much money that they spent on school, and they saying it's yeah. And I was like, wow. Imagine getting a $200,000 bill, and you're like, how? If I put $50 a month, how long is it gonna take me to pay that off? I'm just saying, because once you be a doctor, I looked it up. You already got to get $1 million insurance policy. You got to stop putting some money away, because if you get sued or somebody die and you at fault, man, that's like same thing, on the herbs, but it's on the person. Y'all listen up. It's on the person that when I say, like if I give you this thing of rosemary, and if I say, take this rosemary, get you some capsules. Hear me out, family. Get your capsule machine and put them in a little pill. And in the pill form, take two. And then you hear somebody that took this extract. This is an extract. And they took 2 spoonfuls and took 2 spoonfuls every 2 to 3 hours. Is that what I said? That's not what I said, right? But they will put you in jail, up under the jail, because they say, you told them that. And I'd be like, y'all stupid. I'd be like, well, anyway. But that's what people do. They'll take like my female enhancement. It'll say on the bottle, take 2. But they will open a bottle and take the whole thing. And it says, I thought I was going to take the whole bottle. Just like when it was just this past weekend on these bitters, the lady said, well, do you drink the whole thing? And I was like, excuse me, I'm going to just say this, fam. I'm going to say this. Do y'all know every time you pick something else like this, it has instructions? I got to say this. I know you're like, what are you saying? I'm just saying. It has instructions, right? Because for me to drink this whole damn bottle, you'd be like, I got to be stupid, right? I mean, make this make sense. I'll be stupid if I drink this whole bottle. I'm going to leave it there. Y'all can put in the chat if I'm being whatever. But I got people that say, do I drink the whole bottle? I'll be like, do you really think that I'm going to sell you this and say drink the whole bottle? It doesn't say, like when you go to colonoscopy, it doesn't say drink the whole damn bottle and you do it. It says clear as day. It says shake well right there. Y'all see it? Uh-oh. It's a little blurry, but it says shake well, suggested dosage. Because you could take 1 or you could take 2. It says clear as day. Adults take 2 tablespoons. It says right there. Daily after a meal. And then it says the children. Hear me out. It says children below 12. Look, if you got a 10-year-old and that's 100 pounds, that part, you go with the weight. You go with the weight because we got some 5-year-olds that's 100 pounds. I'd be like, come on now. Look, I'm not even going to go there, but we got to talk about that a little bit because y'all think it's cute. It ain't cute. It ain't cute unless they breastfed. They breastfed. I see why they got that weight. But if they ain't breastfed, family, come on now. Come on now. I'm going to just say that one. But it says children below 12 years. It says 1 teaspoon. Because I'd be like, did you just really ask me that? Do you drink the whole thing? Unless I say, look, you drink this whole bottle. Unless I say that, that's the only way you drink the whole bottle. Because other than that, you don't drink the whole bottle. I gotta like make that make sense. Because if somebody told you, yes, you will be throwing up and boo-booing all over yourself. Yeah, that part. But do you have any questions? I know I'm over. I'm past an hour, so I can answer some questions. I can. You said you're not gonna lose me. Okay, I appreciate it. I appreciate it because I can say it now. When y'all talk about Jesus, oh my goodness. I remember a girl, she named her baby Messiah, and she was this. And the doctors and the nurses are like, we can't put that in the birth certificate. And she like, what? So the baby can't be Messiah? I was like, okay, yeah. But yeah, we have to interpret things the way we need to interpret. That's why it's good to have a strong male, I'm going to say, in the family so they can lead, I'm just saying, because the well-dressed lie is we don't need a man. That's a well-dressed lie that I be like, y'all better stop lying, because shoot. And just like the guy, somebody, they don't need a woman. I'm talking about my people. Because my people are not marrying. Yeah, we need to fix that quick, fast, in a hurry. We need to get our young women. We need to get our young men and say, look, I don't know what, because back in the day, daddy had a shotgun. Granddaddy had a shotgun. I mean, you marry my daughter, and they'll march her ASS up into that county, or you go to grandma and she'll marry you right then and there. Yeah, come on now. And you know what? You haven't noticed that, and it's already documented. Most marriages that are fixed work. You be like, what in the hell? I'm just saying, fam. I'm just saying. But we need because we look, more money stays in a household. The family's a little bit more structure. The boys and the girls grow up, a little more structure. Things is a little, and I know you got some that's because of secret abuse. It's so much in different households because them well-dressed lies, we're so comfortable with the lies, and it's hurtful, and you wonder why they twisted and this and that, and people on drugs and this, and we just hurting out. We just hurting the future. We're hurting the future generations. It's like they don't want you 10 people meeting. Man, you better have your Sunday dinners and have 100 people at the table. Shoot. Yeah, the truth need to come out. Like right now, I'm setting up the family so we could do Zoom calls. I'm like, I'm paying for the damn thing, so I need to really use it every day. It's just that the days that I'm on a Zoom with people that want to do a wellness chat, I was like, you can't use it at this hour, that, and set things up. But shoot, we need to look. Our family should not be marrying, but back in them bloodlines. I'm just saying, them pure bloodlines that it came from something. Came from something. I don't think it came from us, but and that's a whole other thing that I'm learning. And look, learn family, learn, research. I ain't gotta listen to nothing I just said, but if y'all research, you be like, damn. You be like, you'd be like, dang. You'd be like, what? I'm just saying, you'd be like, what? Like me, I'm like, man, you just you'll want to drink. You'll want to, pop some edibles. You'd be like, let me just zone out. But I don't want to zone out. I'd rather know the truth. I'm telling you, I'd rather know the truth than a lie. I don't care how hard it is, how it hits me in the face, knock the wind out of me, make me sit down. I don't know about y'all. I'd rather know the truth. I promise. I'd rather know the truth. I'd rather, period. So I can face it and keep it pushing and have a good damn day. I'm just saying, have a good day. Because a lot of things is like, and whatever y'all want to put in the thing is true. It's true. Those first Europeans was Swarty, the 13 colonies were the 13 Swarty colonies. I gotta look that up. I have no idea, George, but I have to look that up. I don't know. But don't drink. I mean, if you want to distill water, like I was talking about distilled water, because people say I don't really finish my thoughts. And I think I kind of do, but I went back and looked at the videos and I go back and talk about it on the podcast. But distilled water, just make your tea with the distilled water. Let me see if I missed anything in the 1900s. It was for school. Now I don't know about those 1900s, the mainland islands, Caribbeans. Okay, I mean a lot of things. But I appreciate you guys. But I was trying to make sure that I didn't miss the question. That's why I'm just saying. I hope I didn't miss the question. So I just answered the one question. So I try to make sure. But it's just sad that we were taught so much stuff in school, and school was just to put us somewhere, what I'm saying, when we should have been taught home. Because you notice how now they want us to be taught home, and now they even asking Dane Calloway to get his material, his books to be taught in school. And I'm like, wow. I was like, tells you something. Tells you like, whoa. So my brother's telling the truth. And you're like, wow. So he's in there talking about, stuff that will blow your mind. You be like, that's what you did to my family? Yep. Because I'm sitting here saying for a stroke of a pen, because you wanted your currency in my pocket to take my land. Because now this is the question that I was tripping about, because I was like, how did if you think about it, they'll say something like the white slave owner let my grandparents buy his freedom and then buy the land. You like, you be like, stop lying. You know damn well that was his land, and that y'all said it in reverse because you ain't giving nobody nothing. I was like, man, to my bought your freedom and freedom papers, and they added that in. And then, come on, let's think about it. when they talk about Harriet Tubman, and it bothered me because I was like, they speak all these things about Harriet Tubman, and it's a fictional character. Y'all can say what y'all want. Y'all can say what y'all want because the person who's taken, if y'all look at all these movies and all these stories, and this is the well-dressed lie, y'all gotta talk about the well-dressed lie. Y'all know damn well she make all them trips. You be like, what? I'm just saying. And the thing that got me, this is the thing that got me. Where's her descendants? Why is that money from everything Harriet Tubman, everything is going to Caucasian people? That ain't her brothers and sisters. They said she had a child. Y'all can miss me with it. Y'all can miss me with the BS. Miss me with it. If somebody could tell me, and I was like, wow, it's so many, you could poke so many holes in a story, just like they tell me. I had to look at the time. It's an hour and 20 minutes. When it was like, you don't question Jesus, you just listen and go by faith and stop asking questions. You be like, but Ma, it don't make sense. How he made us? What do you mean? So Adam and Eve was white. You be like, and it wasn't Adam, yeah. Anyway, you be like, well, where their parents or who made them? And then we was made off specks. We are nothing but specks. I had to talk about that. Whew, that's why science be trying to trip. You be looking in the books, you be like, wait a minute. We learned that. And then it's a teacher in there telling you and giving their own spin on it. Just like, the pastors, they put their spin on it. I gotta just throw that out there. And that's why I just can't go, to service now. I'm being totally transparent. I'll be like, I'll go in there and teach, but I'll be like, I just can't go right now. I'm like, hurt. Let me tell you, places are good to go for the fellowship, right? For you to learn some structure. But that don't mean that you have to, I'm saying this nicely. That don't mean you have to believe everything. You got to go with your heart. You got to go with what you believe, what you truly believe, what you so you wholeheartedly, because some things can have you so twisted and it'd be a well-dressed lie. And you'd be like, dang. And then when you find out as you get older, you'd be like, dang, did I really believe that? I just give all my money and my hard-earned money. And then you look at your savings and you'd be like, come on, think about it. If y'all look at, if I go back in all my taxes and I spent 12,000, 15,000, and then I go look at my retirement check and I remember my retirement fund, I'd be like, well, I only got like $10,000 in my savings. Why I got $15,000 in my checking? And you be like, what did I do for the last 40 years of work? Make that make sense, family. 40 years. And then let's not even talk about the mortgages. Woo! That well-dressed lie and that straw man. You be like, so when I signed my name, it was paid? I'd be like, what? But you know what? I'm a stick with the American dream for right now. I'm gonna keep living a little bit of lie and pay my mortgage, because y'all know the trick is they'll that bank in the courts, it's already paid. But because I'm not sovereign, I didn't go back at 18 and claim myself and for my rented parents and that part, family. I didn't do the paperwork. Because I didn't do the paperwork and I don't have this stuff in the allodial title. You got to keep paying that mortgage. Just saying, unless you get that right lawyer that know about the allodial title and know about all that stuff, that's the only way you're gonna win. And that's the lie that we got to keep just searching. You be blind. You be like, yeah, we gotta play. We gotta still be asleep. we gotta still be asleep. I know. I gotta stop. But how y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? Y'all doing all right? Now y'all see these lies and Yes. Yes. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all see what he wrote? Just like Columbus don't mean what y'all think it means. All these words, family. If y'all, sometimes you think of my knowledge and I be like, Viola, don't even talk. Just don't talk. Viola, shut up. Because Viola talking now. Viola talking greasy. And I be like, should I? Shouldn't I? Let me get off this live. Let me get off this live. But yeah, it's a debt pledge. Death. Because you're gonna be paying until you, unless you took the, and this is the thing. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but until you, because everybody want to refinance, because I thought I was doing something good refinancing. That was the dumbest thing I ever did, because if I had kept that regular payment, it would have been paid off in 30 years. But the trick is to keep adding, like pay a whole payment, just not the interest, and add a little 500, because that's what I did. That's how I paid this house off in 13 years. So yeah, lies. There you go. Woo! Like right now, like y'all think about the Wizard of Oz. They be like, sleep, sleep. Woo! I'm trying to tell you, because we be thinking we knowing something. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't want to drink this, but y'all want to drink the Kool-Aid. Y'all want to get the Kool-Aid packs, the grapes, the strawberry, the mix, and then put the sugar in there. Wonder why you know you got them things, them words with the itis on, and the, how can I put it, I forgot, because I the things like, diabetes and stuff like them, the issues with your pancreas, the reason why your lymphatic system's clogged, because y'all don't want to listen, because y'all don't want to drink the bitters, y'all want to take the other stuff. But we fall victim because our parents taught us. But if we really listen, because y'all know we realize they lied to us, we stop listening to them. We go out in the street, and that's where we get mixed up at, because we like, dang, they were telling the truth, but we was too. You lied, and we like, I hate you, and you be like, oh, y'all know. I don't know what you went through, but I felt that my mother lied to me, and you look in love in the wrong places. You don't know your dad, and you find out who your dad, and you looking for love in the wrong places. And then we wondering why we just didn't sit down, shut up, and just look and learn and going within, and we wouldn't have been stuck in all these spells like the Wizard of Oz, the Tin Man. Y'all gonna the TIN. Woo! Y'all know what the TIN, right? And there's other meanings to the Wizard of Oz, because now with the new stuff coming out, y'all don't fall victim to these movies. These movies are not entertainment, but take them as entertainment. But the trick is, when you go in there, just say, I do not consent for what they're going to put me to sleep in. Y'all hear what I said? Go to the movies and say, I do not consent. I do not agree with any of this stuff. You be like, what is she saying? I don't want you to fall up under the spell. I don't want you, that's a new gadget. Oh, this is the, Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you're going to be hypnotized. Because, you be like, oh, eating your soda, eating your popcorn. You be like, yeah, drinking your soda, eating your popcorn, eating all them sugary drinks. They not going to serve no salads. Yeah, when they do serve the salad, I see it has meat and cheese and other things in there. But anyway, they're not going to serve anything healthy. You're not going to have no bananas, no oranges. No. Just like when I was talking about the good mother's the one that take the kids to McDonald's, the one that have their mother, the mother that has the kids eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Y'all think she crazy? Y'all be like, vegetarian, vegan. Stop poisoning them children, and get them in there, give them some meat. Give them a hot dog, give them a burger. And you be like, that part. But yeah, yes, very, very much so. And I go see him. I be like, what y'all gonna show me now? What y'all up to? I be thinking of the Simpsons. I be like, what y'all up to? What y'all up to now? What y'all up to now? Because we gotta make this make sense. We gotta be very uncomfortable when they lie and comfortable with the truth. We can't say stop lying, stop playing. No, go and get the information. Somebody tell you something and research it. Then you can poke holes in the stories. Then when you poke holes, you're like, listen, you told me something. And go to the person, check the person that told you. Like, y'all can check me. Viola, you said put in the chat. I ain't nothing gonna bother me. Ain't nothing gonna bother me. Like, oh, let me verify that. Because when I said they taking Yaki away, they're taking everything off. Because they don't want you. Because you already see how Kareem videos are being attacked. That's why a lot of videos are taken down. Because like right now, I don't think they like for me to open this and show you how to drink it and take it. Like right now, I think the video will get taken down if I actually open this up and take it right now. Just like when I was telling you how to do the garlic MSM and the castor oil and turpentine, and I was showing you how to take it. I'm like, God, y'all better stop playing. Y'all better stop playing. Because let me tell you, the whole reason why all of us are having issues right now, because we don't go to the bathroom. We do not poop. I wish I could say sugar, honey, iced tea, but we don't. We don't defecate. We don't loose our bowels. Like right now, half of y'all went out this morning was pebbles. And then you had pebbles, you had a hard stool come out this morning, and you ain't go all day. You don't even think that's the issue. You be like, oh, some of it came out. What about the rest of it? What about the rest of it? A lot of us are compacted and wondering why you're not sleeping, you're irritated, rashes coming out, bumps, and you be like, oh, it's okay. My mama had it, my daddy had it, my aunt, my second cousin and her brother-in-law, sister had it, so I got it. And I'd be like, did that make sense? But y'all so comfortable. When they said, let me give you your script, your prescription. Let me write this prescription, and then you're going to take it for the next 40 years. Because somebody told you that there's no help, none at all, and you got it for the rest of your life. And I'm telling you, get back into nature, freshly squeezed juice, get your bitters. I was going to say, get your bitters. Make sure your urine, make sure that your kidneys are filtrated. Get on either a lymphatic massage or do it yourself. Yaki Wake can show you. There's so many people on YouTube showing you how to do that lymphatic, shaking your body, rubbing, showing you, making you do this. You be like, what? What? Save your own life. And the thing is, it's the future you that you're working with, the future you. Because the person you are right now is the future you trying to scope and get better. Because we shouldn't want to die of something just stroke out. No, why? That's horrible. And you know what? People keep saying how, and I know I'm switching, but people always say, oh, they died and they didn't suffer. How do you know? How you know? It'd be somebody went without no pain. You don't even know. People, you don't even know. They probably laid there for 20. If we actually sit back and count a 30 seconds of agony, a minute, a whole 2 minutes. Like I take a PT test, I was in the military for 23 years, and I took a PT test maybe once or twice a year, because you do it every 6 months, and then you got to qualify. So if I'm doing a push-up for 2 minutes, you'd be like, you know how long 2 minutes is? You're like, am I finished yet? 2 minutes is a long time. And you telling me they didn't suffer? Man, miss me with that. I'd be like, y'all need to stop, because pain is pain. Pain is pain. Y'all women, when we went to having them babies, and brothers be like, how you take that? Same, because as soon as baby come out, all that pain gone. You don't remember until somebody tell you, was you just in pain? You be like, forget that. The baby out. I'm relieved now. Yeah, same thing with y'all headaches. We so quick to go get some Tylenol and Motrin and don't even realize what other organs it hurts. And be honest, when y'all look at these commercials, stop and pause the commercials and actually look at, let me see if somebody telling me to shut up. Stop and pause the commercials and look at the side effects. You be like, what the hell? You be like, I got them. Then like, then think about this. Go to your doctor and say, why am I taking these if I got all these side effects? My body having all these side effects, but I'm still taking it. You still making me take this. This is what I wanted to show you, your lymphatic system. I'm gonna show it to you again. This is your lymphatic system, family. All that right there is your lymphatic system. And you're like, what? That is your lymphatic system. All those veins, yes. That is your sewer system of the body. And we want to play like everything's all right. It's not all right. It's not all right, family. It's not all right. It's not all right for any of that to be clogged. You don't want nothing to be clogged. And the beautiful thing about it, we get so scared of the word cancer, and it's in the lymphatic system. Rub the body and get your lymphatic system moving. Move. Just like when I'm talking about it's critical for you to exercise. It's so critical for you to exercise because we're talking about the future you, to move your limb, to make sure your body is absorbing your nutrients, to make sure your body is sweating, to make sure your body is getting tired, to make sure your body is building muscle and burning the fat. Because a lot of us are building fat and letting the muscle just get weaker and weaker and weaker. And then we wonder why we're in the situation that we're in. But anyway, I just want us to look at the lies and be like, dang, why am I comfortable with it? Why am I comfortable with it? Just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah. But I appreciate you. Yeah. Look at the movies as information, not entertainment. I go and I'm like, what y'all trying? What y'all got cooking now? I be in there. People like, what is she talking about? I be in there. I be like, yeah. Because I be like, I am not gonna get hypnotized. I already know this is, some vital information, and I need to see what y'all up to. Because them robots, come on. Y'all already knew Cherry, and I said Cherry 2000. I was like, ew. I was like, that was like a soft porno movie. Y'all ain't believe me, but that's what it was. If you go back and watch, you be like, ah. But anyway, them robots are coming. Robots, AI, all that's coming. Documentaries, we gotta be up and stop drinking the Kool-Aid, stop being sleep. They when we get these fake limbs, they already made you a robot. They already made you a robot. Same thing with the tatty tat. You already took the trial. That was a trial experiment. And then that part. But that part to that part. But family, if y'all don't have any questions, already been in an hour and 37 minutes. No questions. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Appreciate your support. And if y'all need to get in contact with me, most of y'all have a phone number. But anyway, my email is support@verywisealternatives.com. So if y'all don't have anything, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Y'all go and look. I hope the stuff that you have in your grill is all vegetables and a little bit of fruit. All right, family. Bye.